Hello, thanks very much for joining me again. What I'm going to have a look at today is one of our pen kits. At the time of doing the video it's new and not on the website, but who knows when you might see this, and it is our Byron fountain pen kit. I have one here in a nice rustly packet. There are lots and lots of bits in here. I'll show you what's in here in a minute. You may notice there's no tubes in there. That's because, to save you the boredom of watching a man drilling a piece of wood, I've already got the tubes in there, and I will tell you the drill sizes to do the two brass tubes in just a moment. First of all, let's have a close-up look at the kit. I'm not going to take the individual bits out of the packet because it takes ages, but you'll be able to see through as to what the parts are. There are quite a lot of parts to the kit, so what I'm going to do is show you the bits of the kit. I'm going to show you the bushings, which also come in another little rustly bag, and unusually these are black ones. In the kit, to start with, there are two brass tubes. They don't come with the wood. I've got the blanks already and glued them in. There are two parts because there is a cap and there is a body. The cap needs to be, your blank needs to be 50mm long, and in order to take the tube and glue it in, you will need a 12mm drill to inset that in there. That's what I've used for that one. For the main body, you'll need a 65mm long blank, and you need to drill a 10mm hole to take the brass tube. I've obviously done these already and trimmed them off. I actually drilled these on the pillar drill and actually just levelled them off on the belt sander. I'm quite happy with that. Sometimes I do it a different way. There are lots of different ways you can do it. Carrying on with the kit, there are lots and lots of gold bits. I don't really see the benefit of running through all of them, but there are 5 gold bits in there. We've got an ink converter, we've got a little ink cartridge that comes with it as well, and we've got this little plastic bit. This sits in the cap, and this is actually the thread for the cap, so this needs to be inserted into the cap so it screws on. And this kit is one that's called a kit that posts. So now, it doesn't mean stick it to your next door neighbour's letterbox. What it means is when the cap comes off, you can screw it onto the back end of the kit so it can be held while being used and you're doing your writing. The next thing I'm going to look at is the bushing set, and the bushing set is here, and usually this is black in colour, and these are painted just so you know when you've actually touched your bushings. I think the manufacturers do this to try and get you to buy as many bushings as you can. We don't do that. We don't want you to buy lots of bushings because frankly it's a waste of money. Now, there are 4 bushings in here, and there's some kits and you see for 4 bushings you might think, oh, that's going to be quite complicated. These are actually very easy. Because they're different sized tubes, there's only 2 bushings that fit in the cap, and they are the larger ones. So we've got one large one that end and another large one at the other end. So those are the bushings for the cap part of the kit. And for the main body, there are 2 others, and they fit in nice and neatly there. You will see one is a wide one at this end, and there's a narrow one at this end. The narrow one, that is the back end of the kit. So that's the very back of the kit, opposite end to the nib. So when we turn our kit, what we'll be doing is turning it like that on the lathe. Confess, I don't profess to be the best pen turner in the world. I never have done, I never will do. That's not the purpose of the video, is to show you how to turn pens. Lots and lots of other people do that. They're much better at it than I am. What I'm showing you today is how to prepare your kit and how to assemble it once you've done the turning. So what I'm going to do now is do my turning and fight with the finishing and all that. I'm not going to show you any of that because, a bit like drilling, it's a little bit dull to watch someone else doing that. And I'll come back when I've done that and we'll show you all the bits and how you can assemble them and how the kit looks when it's finished. So here I've got, hopefully you can see all these bits, all the parts of the kit laid out here. The easiest way of doing this is to split them into 2 parts. The ink converter and the ink cartridge, just put those to one side for the moment, you won't need those. The cap end, and here's the bit that I've already turned, has the pocket clip and cap. It has the cap thread, which is this black plastic piece, and it has the cap end, which is this bit here. And just to make sure we get it right, we'll just roughly put it together. You need to make sure that the thread is on the correct end of this. The thread should be on not this end, the thread needs to be pointing down towards that end, and it will actually only fit on one way. You'll see that part slots neatly over there. You can't actually get it on the wrong way, and that is the way that these three parts slot together. So what I now need to do is to press these into place to finally connect them. So hopefully you can see that there. For the main body, we've got the narrowest part, which is the heel end, which is this bit here, with the flat end. It still has a thread on it, so that is going to fit into that end there. And we then have the nib connector, which is here, and again that's got a little tenon, so it's easy to locate. And then we actually have the nib. Obviously we're not going to use the nib when we're pushing them together, so what we need to do is push those two ends on there and those three parts into the cap, and I'll do that now on the lathe. And there we have the pen cap. And there we have the main body. If you're wondering what I'm using here, I've just got arbor blanks with a bit of electrician's tape over the end. That's because I just prefer to wind the lathe in. I find that does it much slower, and I can keep an eye on what's going on rather than using a press. That's just my personal preference though. And of course, once I've done those two ends, I can take the nib and connect either the ink cartridge or the ink converter there. That will then slot into the pen body, screw onto there like so, and then we have the cap, and that will fit on there like that, and it will also post on the end of the kit there. There we go, one finished Byron pen kit. So there we go, 24 karat gold plated Byron pen kit, fountain pen kit. This one I finished in rosewood. The only thing I haven't mentioned that you might like to do before pushing the kit together, pressing it together, is to actually line all the parts up, particularly if you've got a specific grain or pattern that you want to see in a certain place. And you'll see I've got this lined up with the pen cap and the nib, so when you hold it, the pen clip is sticking upright. If I took it off and re-screwed it, I could get it to sit in another position, but it's just something to bear in mind when you put it together. But there we are, that is the kit. I hope that's been helpful. We look forward to seeing you at the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye now.